This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. It's Monday, September 27th. We hope you had a wonderful Fall Festival weekend. A Nye County Sheriff's Office animal control officer is recovering at home after being hurt Sunday morning when her vehicle was caught up in a three-vehicle crash here in Pahrump. Captain David Berukowitz from the Nye County Sheriff's Office says luckily no one was seriously hurt.
So we have a three-vehicle collision here at Manson Hafen Ranch. We have three people that have been transported, one including our animal control officer, all with non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the accident will be determined by NHP. Preliminarily, it appears that one of the vehicles traveling eastbound failed to stop at the stop sign, collided with our animal control officer, and then both vehicles were forced into that other vehicle that was oncoming. And luckily, everybody did okay. It looks like all three trucks are in pretty bad shape. So we're glad everybody came out okay.
And that animal control officer has been identified as Autumn Chaffee. She was transported to Desert View Hospital for treatment of her injuries and released. Chaffee's animal control vehicle was also struck in another crash last year at the intersection of Basin Avenue and Linda Street. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating this incident. Well, Nevada Highway Patrol is also reporting a fatal crash that occurred early this morning in Las Vegas on South Durango Drive and Wigwam Avenue. This crash involves a vehicle and several fixed objects. The driver died at the scene around 3:54 this morning. The name of the 25-year-old male has not been released pending notification of the next of kin. Police say a 1994 Ford Ranger was traveling southbound on Durango Drive, approaching Camaro Avenue when the vehicle left the roadway. The driver overcorrected and then struck the dirt shoulder and a water main. The vehicle then struck a large tree and a brick wall. Well, there have been 5 confirmed new deaths related to COVID-19 reported since last Monday, September 20th, in 1 week, all residents of Pahrump. There were 98 new COVID-19 positive cases here in Nye County since last Monday, with 3 in both Beatty and Gabbs, 2 in each Amargosa Valley and Round Mountain, 1 in Tonopah, and the remainder here in Pahrump. The total is 4,074 confirmed cases of COVID-19 since the first reported in March of last year. Nye County test positivity rate is 22.1%. It's the 5th highest in the state. The Tonopah Community Health Nurse will host a walk-in COVID-19 vaccine clinic on Tuesday, September 28th from noon until 4:30 at their office located at 1 Frankie Street. You can call 775-482-6659 for more information. No appointment is required. They offer all 3 vaccines. In Amargosa Valley, a COVID and flu shot clinic will be held on Monday, October 25th from 9:30 in the morning until 11 a.m. at the community center located at 1640 East Farm Road. And there is a Beatty COVID and flu shot clinic to be held on Thursday, October 28th from 9:30 to 11 at their community center at 100 A Avenue South. A reminder that the Pahrump COVID-19 and flu vaccine clinics are held on Wednesday here in Pahrump. The next one, September 29th from 8:30 until 2 at the Health Nurse's office located at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard in the Health and Human Services building. Here in Pahrump, they also have all 3 vaccines. And they are also offering a 3rd dose of the Pfizer and Moderna for moderately to severely immunocompromised individuals. And for more information on COVID, you can give them a call, 775-751-6313. The phone number to call to make an appointment here in Pahrump, 775-751-7070. Well, the Department of Veterans Affairs has started administering Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine boosters under the emergency use authorization. This decision follows the Food and Drug Administration's authorization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommendations for the booster dose of Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine to people who are 65 years and older and residents in long-term care settings. They should also receive a booster shot of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine at least 6 months after their primary series. And people who are age 18 to 64 with underlying medical conditions should also get that 3rd booster shot of that vaccine Also, individuals who may be at increased risk for COVID-19 exposure and transmission because of occupational or institutional settings may receive that third booster, third shot, which is a booster shot of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. And veterans who receive care within the VA and are due for the booster shots will be contacted and advised of the recommended booster shots. Veterans who received a Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine outside of the VA and persons who received a Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine in the VA who they didn't have records of the high-risk conditions will need to contact their local VA facility for more information on how they can receive that shot. For individuals who would like to make an appointment or if they need more information, call 702-791-9185. That's 702-791-9185. And both flu shots and COVID-19 vaccine booster appointments can be made for the same visit. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, another Pahrump Fall Festival is in the books, and from all indications, it was a banner year. Brad Francis has more.
Thousands of people flocked to the four-day event, which ran Thursday through Sunday at Petrick Park in Pahrump. As you'd expect, crowds were largest Friday and Saturday evening, with the rodeo taking center stage both nights. Saturday night, there were long lines of people waiting at the mini food stands, and there was something for nearly every taste. Everything from fair food staples like cotton candy to fried pickled chips, tacos, and roasted corn on the cob. And things were hopping on the carnival side, too. The lines for ride tickets stretched nearly 100 people deep. For those looking for a different kind of fun, there were plenty of games too, and some pretty nice prizes. And there was always musical entertainment at the main stage just west of the Bob Roode Community Center. Of course, the rodeo remains a highlight of the festival, and the stands were packed at McCullough Memorial Arena for Saturday's exciting rodeo events. The crowd even took a moment to recognize the work of our local first responders, including the Nye County Sheriff's Office and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue. There's no word yet on how many people attended this year's Pahrump Fall Festival, but Pahrump Tourism's Arlette Ledbetter told News 25 a number of food vendors had run out of some items Saturday as demand surged. In fact, there was so much interest in the festival that every available vendor spot had been sold this year. Tomorrow evening, we'll hear from Ledbetter, who will recap the festival, including what kind of feedback her office has gotten from visitors and vendors. And who knows, maybe she'll share some of what's on tap for next year.
Thanks so much, Brad. Well, a recent survey of Nevada voters finds that affordability is a major issue in the state's healthcare system.
The poll was conducted by the Melman Group on behalf of the National Consumer Advocacy Organization, Consumers for Quality Care. Experts say affordability and out-of-pocket costs lay at the forefront of the issues, along with rising health care costs across the board. The survey finds that while Nevadans generally believe the health care system is meeting their needs and are wary of making fundamental changes to it, it's clear out-of-pocket costs are having a serious impact. Consumers for Quality Care says, as a result, voters, even those with insurance, are struggling to afford quality care and are racking up medical debt as costs continue to climb. Physician and former member of Congress Donna Christensen says the cost of medical care is at the root of the problem.
Without question, the biggest barrier to seeking health care is cost. Again, the deductibles. They want those deductibles to be low enough to be able to access health care. The premiums that continue to rise every year, they need those reduced. People with insurance are stressed about the cost of going to hospital or the doctor to get health care. Many surprise medical bills and medical debt growing. It's no wonder why consumers are stressed. A recent JAMA study found 17.8% of people currently have medical bills and collections. Out-of-pocket costs also shouldn't be so high and unpredictable that they discourage people from seeking health care. Insurance should act like insurance and be there for patients when they need it.
Pollster Mark Melman with the Melman Group says 3/4 of Nevadans say the amount they pay for health care goes up every year, and 7 out of 10 voters say the cost of health care is rising faster than their income. And 2/3 are at least somewhat concerned they'll need to delay seeking care because of high health care costs. The survey finds that voters want targeted, careful fixes, especially coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic, not a government-run system. Survey participants say they'd like to see legislation that would make insurance deductibles low enough that they don't get in the way of getting quality care, and legislation preventing insurance companies from selling plans that cover so little that it is not affordable to get care. 56% of those taking part in the survey also think Nevada needs more doctors. The Melman Group online survey sampled 600 registered voters in Nevada.
Well, there's a new option here in Southern Nevada for those in need of hospice or palliative care for children. It's called OneCare Kids. Their goal is to ensure that pediatric patients and their families are taken care of medically and emotionally while a young one is dealing with complex medical needs or a life-limiting illness. For more on this, here's Matthew Davis.
There's no getting around this simple fact. Hospice care and palliative care services are something that most of us would prefer not to have a need for in life. But sometimes, life will have other plans for us. That's where an organization like OneCare Kids comes into the picture.
We offer kind of an extra layer of security in the home. We have weekly RNs coming out. We have NPs, which is nurse practitioners, able to do house calls. We have free diapers, wipes, chucks available, medication delivery, child life specialists, social workers, just a lot of different resources as we are a 24/7, 7 days a week company to help out the community and especially these medically fragile children.
OneCare Kids offers support for the entire family, not just the adolescents that are facing challenging health issues. They offer assistance with complex medical care, including pain management, spiritual and practical support for the entire family during their child's illness, and volunteers that can help with childcare, errands, or household tasks.
So most of our services is actually in the patient's home. So we try to make it as easy as possible for our families to have our access, and we come to you. So yes, we do have a couple of patients out here already, and we're looking to get more.
We have an RN that would come and do the evaluation and establish the schedule for the child. We also send social workers. If the child needs physical therapy, we can do in-home physical therapy or outpatient as well. That's how we connected with therapy blocks in Tom, because he is an outpatient. We do some speech therapy, also child life therapy, and any clinical behavioral therapy as well.
If you would like to know more about the services provided by OneCare Kids, contact them by calling 702-463-1011 or email them at kids@onecarelv.com.
Thanks so much, Matt. Well, the Nevada Department of Health and Human Services and the Governor's Office for New Americans are encouraging immigrant families who qualify for Medicaid to apply for benefits now that a federal rule change has taken effect. Inadmissibly on public charge grounds is no longer in effect. That means assessing public support for health care and housing will no longer be considered as grounds for inadmissibility under public charge when an immigrant applies to enter the United States or when applying to become a legal permanent resident. Immigrants can access state benefits they qualify for without fear of hindering their or their family's ability to adjust their immigration status because they have Medicaid health insurance. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is encouraging states to reach out to immigrants to apply for those benefits after issuing additional information bulletins affirming that the 2019 public charge final rule is no longer in effect. In 2019, the United States Department of Homeland Security made changes to the public charge rules, which subsequently eliminated by federal courts. DHS is now applying the 1999 interim field guidance on public charge, which does not consider an individual's receipt of Medicaid benefits as part of a public charge determination unless the individual is institutionalized for long-term care. Nevada Medicaid offers free or low-cost health insurance for working Nevadans, people who have lost their jobs or have become too sick to work. Of course, you can find out more information by going online to nevadahealthlink.com to apply for that, or going to the Nevada Medicaid. You can also call them at 1-800-547-2927. Well,
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
welcome back. As the Delta variant continues to spread across the United States, some older people may be wondering what they can do to stay safe.
For our older population, COVID's always been an issue because they're more likely to get sick longer, a lot more complications, so it's a big concern. A Delta variant really represents a change in the infectivity of COVID-19, so people are more likely to get sick.
Dr. Ronan Factora specializes in geriatric medicine for Cleveland Clinic. He says since the Delta variant is highly contagious, it's important for older people to be especially careful. So what can they do to protect themselves? First and foremost, get vaccinated if they haven't already. Dr. Factora says that's going to be their best line of defense. He also recommends wearing a mask when possible and avoiding big crowds. He knows it can be tiring to keep up with these precautions, but he says we can't afford to take any risks with this variant.
Think hard when you're going to go out, because you're going to go out and you just want to be as safe as possible, and just balance that risk and benefit, and just make sure that you do the right thing for your own safety, but also think about the people around you who may be still also at higher risk for getting the COVID-19 virus. You can still protect them as well as yourself.
When it comes to visiting grandchildren, Dr. Factora says it's important to remember kids under 12 cannot get vaccinated yet, so he advises wearing a mask around them.
Well, it's a new week, and that's time to meet some fantastic adoptable pets available from Desert Haven. Here's Darby O'Donnell in the yard with Jackson.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Jackson. Jackson is a 1-year-old husky mix. Beautiful dog. I've never actually seen a husky quite his coloring. He has like this cream reddish color all down the top of his head, down his back, but then he's white everywhere else. His eyes are an icy blue color, and he has the cutest little brown nose. So Jackson is a 1-year-old husky. High energy, extremely high energy, definitely needs a yard to run, a family to play with, somebody who has a very strong sense of leadership. Huskies can actually be very, very, very obedient and amazing dogs, but they do need a lot of training and somebody who has the patience to do the training properly. He is still in a good age to go and grasp onto a lot of training, and so he would just need his walks and plays and everything, and he will be a happy little family dog. So if you want to come and see Jackson or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call, 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Jackson, do you guys say anything? Oh, you want to say something? Come here. Jackson, come here, say something. Want to say something? Okay, no, not eating the microphone. Ah!
All right, as you know, that is our bride. Darby and Josh got married, of course, over on Friday, actually, down in Palm Springs. We have a couple of pictures we are going to show you of the bride and groom taking their vows. And, of course, we're having the Pahrump event this week. But we want to say congratulations once again to Darby and Josh Westerman. Congratulations. It was a wonderful wedding.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside. Wow, it's kind of got a lot of smoke out there from those California fires. You can't even see the mountains up there, but we'll find out about our weather forecast right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Lovely Monday. It's a beautiful fall as we head up and down the state. Let's take a look at these beautiful temperatures, shall we? All in the mid to low 80s. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, Tonopah, Goldfield, all the way down to Beatty gets up to 80, and that feels gritty, don't you know? It's 94 in Amargosa and Las Vegas, and in Death Valley, just a scant 104 degrees, not even worth mentioning hardly, but here in the Paradise Pahrump, 89 degrees is our current temperature. It was 92 just a little bit earlier as the winds buffeted us gently out of the south to 12 miles per hour. 23% humidity, put a little dew on the dome. Yes, it did. 6:36 a.m. this morning, the sun rose in all its glory and promise, and that all extinguishes at 6:33 as we are overtaken by the forces of night. How about that? Southeast winds to 14 miles per hour this evening. That humidity kicking up to 29%. Are we going to see some clouds tomorrow? Wouldn't surprise me. In fact, bang, look at that. Clouds. Nothing but clouds Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures hovering in the mid 80s as we head on into the week. Thursday and Friday, it's going to clear up just a little bit. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back to the cloud thing. Winds about 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. Temperatures hugging about the low 90s as we finish out the week. It's quite a week to look forward to. Every week's a good week to look forward to. Back to the desk.
Good night.